Thank you, Chair. And I'd like to start by adding my support to the comments that my colleague Jack Sargent has said in opening this debate. And I also thank all those individuals and families who have campaigned tirelessly over the years to bring this issue to light and for it to get the coverage it needs. Throughout the course of bringing this petition to debate, many people have shared their own personal and often painful experiences. And though this will have been very difficult for them, they have done so in the hope that lessons can be learned and that families who ultimately do suffer the sudden loss of a child or young person can get the help and support that they need. Sadly, this isn't always the case. I have no doubt that we can all agree that grief affects everyone differently and that it can sometimes be months or even years before the true ramifications and consequences of someone's experience really hits home. Grief can also potentially be the start of a cycle of behaviour that can lead to far more destructive patterns of behaviour, and it's not uncommon for families who have suffered a traumatic and sudden bereavement to end up breaking down completely and for there to be sadly further unfortunate consequences. With this in mind, immediate support is crucial in helping families overcome the first moments of grief, particularly with the loss of a child or young person, when the loss seems so unfair. But we must be mindful, even if the support in the early days and weeks is available and good, there still needs to be sufficient follow-up to ensure that people do not end up going down the wrong path. The lengths that Rhian Mannings and others have gone to establish To Wish charity are truly incredible, especially given the circumstances that they have found themselves in, as my colleague Jack Sargent has already highlighted. To be able to offer immediate support within hours of a sudden death and to then offer wraparound service to suit everyone's needs is unique and something that we should be proud to support. Many organisations across the United Kingdom are desperately trying to get a service like that offered by To Wish, and having Welsh Government support to be able to formalise it and fund the service will be a massive step for helping bereaved families. What the presented petition and ultimately this debate represents is a cultural change within the health service to recognise the need for consistent support for families and for staff to have appropriate training to respond more intuitively to the needs of families after the sudden death of a child or loved one. Unfortunately, we know that good practice is not consistent across organisations, but we need to aim to ensure that it is. Too often, people can experience psychiatric illness or mental health issues after bereavement due to not receiving the support that they need. This, of course, has bigger implications further down the road when they need to access mental health services that are already under considerable pressure. I think we also need to acknowledge the benefits of a learning culture, so that when things go wrong, there is proper analysis of why and we understand how we can prevent it from happening again. Charities like To Wish have undoubtedly proved that we are able to do things better, but we must not become complacent on this issue. We need to appreciate the benefits that supporting families, parents, and even friends of those who have suffered a sudden death of a child or a young person has, and to formally recognise its place within the health service by securing its appropriate and long-term funding. It is only right that this important debate is taking place, and I offer my wholehearted support for it. Thank you.